Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院。
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today, we are talking about part 2 of our celebrations lesson. We talked about this yesterday. It's called the Naadam Festival. And it's kind of like the Olympics of Mongolia. It's kind of like the Olympic Games.
That's right. 所以呢，我们今天来到全球节庆的第二天，要继续来看到这个蒙古版的奥运也就是那达慕节。那么昨天呢，我们有看到了一些那达慕节的起源，还有关于那达慕节的一些这个特别的地方。那么今天要来进入到那达慕节它的3项非常有趣的竞赛，我们赶快来跟着 Steve 老师一起看一看。
Okay, looking at the article, yesterday we found that they have wrestling, archery, and horse racing as the 3 main parts of the festival. So today we're going to talk about these. Now the first sentence says, Naadam starts with a wrestling tournament in which the loser of each round is eliminated. Okay, so they have a wrestling tournament. Now, whenever you hear the word tournament, it's not just one game. It's a whole series of people. They're wrestling each other, competing against each other, and they keep doing that until there's only like the best of the best, until the last 2.
That's right.
So whenever you're a tournament, it's a whole series of contests. So it starts with a wrestling tournament in which the loser of each round is eliminated. Now, when we say they're eliminated, in this case, that means they're out of the competition. We could say they're kicked out, but when we say you're kicked out of something, that means maybe you did something bad you shouldn't. So in this, eliminated just means they lost. They're not in it anymore.
对，所以呢，我们首先来看到他要介绍第一个大项目了就是这个摔跤的部分所以他首先我们看到第一段的第一句讲到那达慕呢这个他的竞赛是开始于这个摔跤的这个比赛。那么呢，在这个摔跤比赛里头 in which 那么 the loser就是这个 of each round 每一个回合的这个败者呢就 is eliminated 就是直接被淘汰。所以我们刚刚讲到 tournament 有的人翻成锦标赛那但它直接指的意思就是说其实会有很多回合，然后呢这个参赛的人一一的被淘汰到最后决出那个冠军的人这个就是 tournament 的意思。
There are 512 or 1,024 wrestlers. So the wrestler is the person who is wrestling. Okay, so there are 512 or there's 1,024.
好的，所以接下来这句很简单，他说比赛中会有512名或者1024名的这个摔跤的选手。
The next part is pretty interesting. Mongolian wrestling has a long history and a special set of rules. So they have a long history, but they have a very special set of rules. Very different than other places.
所以接下来讲到这个蒙古的摔跤呢它是有着很悠久的历史，而且还有着很特别的一套的规则。
Wrestlers lose the match if any part of their body touches the ground apart from their hands or feet. Okay, so this is very different wrestling than what you see on TV, right? They don't take chairs and hit people on the head. But very different from traditional, like Western style. Actually, the wrestling that you see like in the Olympics is Roman Greek style. So this kind, only your hands or your feet can touch the ground. If any part of your body touches the ground, if you fall down, if you land on your knee, you're out. So very special rules. So if any part of the body apart from or other than their hands or feet touch the ground, they're out.
所以呢，接下来他就讲规则特别在哪儿呢？就是这个摔跤选手们呢，如果会这个输掉比赛，就是如果他们任何身体的任何部分呢碰触到地板的话，就会输但是 apart from 除了他们的手或脚之外，任何部分碰到地板，那比赛就输了。
Yeah, very interesting. Unlike Olympic wrestling, Mongolian wrestling has no age or weight categories, and there is no time limit for how long a match can last. This is interesting as well. So, whenever we see the word unlike, this means it's not the same. It's different from Olympic wrestling. So, Mongolian wrestling has no age or weight categories. That means you could have a 20-year-old wrestling a 50-year-old. Possibly.
That's right.
Okay. And there are no weight categories. So you could have a little skinny guy trying to wrestle a big giant guy. Yeah, that's interesting. So it really is about who's the toughest.
That's right.
Yeah, the most tough, the toughest. And there is no time limit for how long a match can last. A match just means the competition they're in. Two people having a wrestling match until one loses. So they just keep going until one person falls down or gets thrown to the ground.
所以呢，我们看到接下来这个另外一个特点就是呢，与不像奥运的摔跤的这个项目，或者我们讲有别于奥运的摔跤项目而言呢，蒙古的摔跤它是没有这个 age 年龄 or weight 或者是重量的 categories 本来我们讲的是类别，一个一个类别，那这里的话我们讲就是没有年龄或重量的级别，而且呢 there's no time limit 没有时间的限制对什么来说呢？对于一场比赛能够持续多久的时间来讲是没有时间的限制的。这里的 how long a match can last 这里的 last 是一个动词，指的是持续的意思。
Okay, we'll take a quick break right here, and we'll come back and talk about horse racing. Okay, we are back with part 2 of today's article. Horse racing is a way to honor Mongolia's most cherished animal. Now, when we say cherished animal, that means it's loved. It's cherished. To them, horses are very valuable. Valuable, V-A-L-U-A-B-L-E, valuable. And so horse racing is a way to honor Mongolia's most cherished or most loved animal, the horse.
接下来我们看到这一段讲到说horse racing 就是赛马的意思它是呢 a way to honor something 那就是表示对什么这是一个方式来对什么致敬那对什么致敬呢？我们放在 honor 的后面我们看到是蒙古最受珍爱的这个动物，那就是马匹所以刚刚呢这也听到这个 valuable 这个字就是珍贵的所以呢因为马匹对他们来讲是最被珍爱最珍贵的，所以呢赛马是一个向这个马匹致敬的一个方式。
Now, in horse racing in Western society, the rider of the horse who is racing is called a jockey. Okay, that's here in the next sentence. But horse jockeys are always like short, thin, because they don't want a lot of weight on the horse.
That's right.
Right? Well, Mongolia does it a little different. A little scary, I think. Horses are grouped into categories by age. So the horses are divided up into groups by their ages. And the jockeys, the horse jockeys, are children between the ages of 5 and 13. Would you let your 5 or 6-year-old child go and ride a horse for 30 kilometers?
No.
By himself in a race? That's crazy, right? Yeah. Well, the horses, the jockeys are children between the ages of 5 and 13. And just a little background on this, these kids start learning how to ride a horse when they're like 1 and 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
所以呢，这边呢，真的其实是它的这个不只是第一段哦，讲说这个摔跤的有很多特别的地方，其实赛马也是，因为这边讲到说呢，马匹啊被分组成这个不同的这个年龄的级别这里的 be grouped into categories by age 就是以年龄所分的级别呢，让马匹分成这样的组然后呢 the jockeys 就是这些赛马的选手呢，竟然是这个年龄在5到13岁之间的小孩子。
In Mongolia, horses run long distances, up to 30 kilometers, instead of short sprints. So these races that they do with these horses are up to 30 kilometers long.
Wow.
Being ridden by 5 to 13-year-olds. Wow. That they run long distances instead of short sprints. When we see the word sprint, it means a short run, but really fast, as fast as you can go. Mm-hmm. When you have a 30-kilometer run, if any of you have done long-distance running, you can't just start off as fast as you can go.
That's right.
You have to, what we call, pace yourself. P-A-C-E. It means you have to find the right time for you, the right running time and the right running speed.
The tempo.
The right tempo. Good word. T-E-M-P-O. For you to keep running for 30 kilometers.
所以呢，接下来这句他讲到，在蒙古马匹呢，它跑的是长距离的这个赛跑。那么呢，长距离长到多长呢 ？Up to 长达这个30公里的这个距离，而非 instead of 是而非这个 short 短程的 sprints， 我们讲冲刺所以呢，就像刚刚这个Stevie 老师讲的，短程的冲刺，你可能就是你跑能多快就多快 as fast as you can、但是呢，在长距离 long distance 的这种跑法上面的话，你必须要先 pace yourself。所以呢，这里的话就是你要先找到自己的步调，因为 pace 是步调的意思，所以你要找到自己的节奏，然后呢，让自己在30公里的这个长度里头都能够跑完，然后并且取胜。
Yeah.I don't think anybody can sprint for 30 kilometers.
No.
Yeah, you can't. Okay, so the top 5 horses in each race are rewarded with titles. So title just means like you're the champion, right? The top 5 horses in each race are rewarded with titles, and the top 3 get gold, silver, and bronze medals.Okay, so the top 5, they're like, they're the fastest racers or horses in Mongolia. And then the top 3 get medals.
所以呢，他接下来讲就是 the top 5 horses in each race， 所以是每一场竞赛里的前5名的马匹呢 are rewarded， 就是会被颁予。被给予所以这里的 rewarded 是颁的意思，那它这边是一个被动式，被颁予什么呢 with titles 就会有这个名次或者我们讲头衔然后呢 the top 3 那前3名的呢则还可以拿到这个金牌、银牌跟铜牌的奖章。
The next sentence, when I first started to read it, I thought, oh no, because it says for the horse which finishes in last place, however, and my mind immediately thought, oh no, it's dinner. or something. But it's not.
Wow.
For the horse which finishes in last place, however, the crowd will sing a song to wish it better luck next year.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I was worried for just a second. The horse that finishes in the last place, the crowd sings a song to wish it better luck next year.
所以呢，接下来他讲到，而对于那些这个finishes 是完赛哦，那些马匹它完赛是在 in last place， 这里的 place 是名次的意思，所以是在最后一名完赛的马匹呢，那么呢，这个群众则会唱一首歌来 wish it， 这个 it 指的就是那只马所以呢，祝这匹马呢明年的运气可以更好。
Okay. We're going to take one more quick little break, and then we'll be right back and look at part 3, archery. Okay, looking at the last paragraph. The archery competition is open to both genders, and archers dress in vivid, colorful suits. Okay, the archery competition. Now, using a bow and an arrow, being able to shoot a bow and arrow, you shoot arrows with a bow. This sport is called archery. So the archery competition is open to both genders. Now, what is gender? Male or female. Okay. And archers, the people who are shooting the arrows, dress in vivid, colorful suits. Now, when we say something is very vivid, that means it's very clear. Okay. But when we see vivid, colorful suits, here, vivid probably means something more similar to bright. Okay?
That's right.
So they're dressed in bright, colorful suits.
所以这句讲的是说呢，这个射箭的竞赛啊，它是 be open to， 就是对谁就是开放，所以就是谁可以参赛呢 ？To both genders， gender 是性别的意思，所以两个性别都可以参赛。换言之，就是男女都可以比赛而射箭的选手或者是弓箭手呢，他会穿着这里的 dress 是动词，会着这个 vivid 鲜艳的 colorful 色彩缤纷的服装。
Men shoot from 75 meters away, whereas women shoot from a distance of 65 meters. Whereas is just meant to compare. It just means men shoot from 75 meters and women from 65 meters away.
所以呢，接下来他讲说，男子组的话呢，他们射箭是从75公尺之远来射，而这里的 whereas 我们可以翻成而这个女子组则是射从这个65公尺远的距离去射箭。
When an arrow hits the target, judges often shout in celebration. So whenever an arrow hits the target, they're like, yay!
然后呢，当这个箭射中了这个标靶射中这个目标的时候呢，那么裁判呢，往往就会这个 shout 是大喊嘛 ，in celebration 是庆贺，所以会高声的喝彩。
The winners of the contest are given the title Archer of the Nation.
然后这个比赛的这个胜者就是获胜的选手呢，则会被给予一个头衔，就是全国神射手。
And that is the end of our article. Now we'll take a very quick break and come back with a quick review. All right, we are back, and there was a word when we were talking about horse races. The top 5 horses in each race are rewarded with titles. I just want to mention this word, reward. Now, there's a word that's similar. Like if you win something, usually you win a prize, right? Or if you win the lottery, you won the prize money or the prize jackpot. But reward is different. Reward, you only get the money or whatever it is for doing something good, for doing something. It's a reward for accomplishing something. So, if you won the race, you're the best in the nation. We're going to reward you with this title. Or if you lost your dog and you said, I will give you reward money if you find it. Somebody finds your dog, hey, I gave them a 1,000 NT reward. So reward is always something you get for doing something or accomplishing something. It's different than prize.
没错，所以呢，我们讲说单纯的中这个彩券这种中奖，这个奖是 prize。但是呢，如果是 reward， 你被颁奖或者是被颁发什么的这个 reward 呢，通常是你有做了一些什么事情你有完成了一些什么事情，然后它是一个回报的概念。所以这两个的差别是在这里的。
Yep. All right, that's all the time we have today. See you next time.
Bye-bye.